Moving to the most cheapest foreign countries can come with lots of cons, like lack of infrastructure, low unemployment rate, bad healthcare system, and overall low quality of life. But by large, the most important factor to consider before moving to a cheaper country is always the safety criteria and the crime rates. So in this video, we have listed some of the most safest cheap countries from around the globe. All of these countries have much lower crime rates when compared to most of their other cheaper counterparts. Aside from the crime rates, the safety index of these countries is also very high, which means these countries also have lesser chances of any external threats. Sure, crime does exist in these countries, but it is mostly on a minuscule level. Most incidents involve petty theft, pickpocketing, and scams in touristic areas. Furthermore, these countries are ideal for digital nomads and remote workers to stay, as most of these already harbor a certain amount of international communities. So with all that, here are 12 cheap countries to live safely under $1,600 per month. Number 12. Serbia. After the disastrous collapse of Yugoslavia, Serbia experienced quite a lot of turbulence, with political and civil unrest, economic uncertainties, and lack of infrastructure. But nowadays, the country has solidified its position in the world arena as a safe place to live for international expats and digital nomads. Currently, it hosts about 7 million residents within its borders, all living their lives in a lush landscape with flowing rivers and towering mountains. English is prevalent throughout the nation thanks to its robust education system and growing tourism sector, while the healthcare foundation is also well regulated, allowing those residing in the country to live worry-free in terms of health concerns. Although Serbia has been bashed by the media as unsafe for many years, but with very low crime rates, it actually ranked 31st out of 161 on the list of the safest countries. However, expats are still advised to be reasonably cautious by staying away from sketchy places and avoiding charlatans trying to scam in its touristic areas. The main melting point for most foreign nationals in Serbia are the cities of Belgrade and Novi Sad, with Belgrade being more popular with working expats and Novi Sad being the most preferred choice for remote workers. The cost of living in both of these cities is a bit different, but anyhow, one can still quite easily reside in both of these cities for under a budget of $1,600 to $2,000 a month. Number 11. Georgia. Nestled between Europe and Asia, Georgia is famous for many things: breathtaking scenery from the Black Sea to the valleys of the Caucasus, an exceptional cultural heritage, an unrivaled sense of hospitality, affordable living, and a favorable tax system. But that's not all. The country is one of the best jurisdictions in Eastern Europe to start a business, open an international bank account, or live as a digital nomad. The country grants a remote worker visa to anyone having a monthly income of $2,000 or savings of around $24,000. Its capital city of Tbilisi is rated as the best city for young digital nomads. One can explore local cuisine with the many restaurants all over Tbilisi, enjoy the fun nightlife, find affordable and comfortable accommodations, and join the many international communities. When it comes to safety, the crime rate is very low. As a matter of fact, according to a recent research, it has the 20th lowest crime rate out of 148 countries. In addition to the crime rate, the cost of living even in its capital city is very affordable. Most digital nomads can easily reside between a monthly budget of $1,600 to $2,000. Number 10. Indonesia. Stretching over more than 17,000 islands, with an ethnically and culturally diverse population of over 270 million people. Indonesia is a diverse country offering an array of lifestyle options. Most foreign nationals in Indonesia base themselves in the popular international hub of Bali or in the sprawling metropolis of Jakarta, the country's capital and economic, cultural and financial center. However, safety index of the country is a bit low, especially on the mainland part, but nonetheless, places like Bali and Lombok display a very low crime rate, with the only wariness being tourist scams. Many expats in Bali live in either its capital city of Denpasar or in one of the exquisite beach towns. Due to the fact that Bali's main economic resource is tourism, the island primarily offers job opportunities in this industry. Therefore, it is mainly an island for the hoteliers and restaurant owners or those seeking to start an Airbnb business. Monthly living expenses vary throughout the country, residing like a local and shopping at neighborhood markets for fresh, seasonal goods is inexpensive, while opting for modern, fully serviced apartments and buying imported goods can significantly increase the cost of living. But ultimately, a budget of under $1,600 is more than enough to live comfortably, even in its prime areas of Bali. Number 9. Mauritius. Placed on the eastern African coast in the Indian Ocean, Mauritius provides excellent incentives for foreign investments. Despite its small island nation status, it is an extremely diverse part of the world, brimming with culture as it is a nation born of immigration. Nowadays, it's getting a fair amount of traction from retirees, expats, digital nomads, and tourists alike. Due to this high influx of international presence and a sudden surge of inflation, the cost of living in the country has almost doubled in the last 3 years or so. However, a modest monthly budget of around $1,500 to $2,000 is still more than enough to reside comfortably on this island. Additionally, it is also a great place to own property, as the real estate market in Mauritius has very low barrier to entry, meaning even younger investors who want to live in a more tropical location, away from the hectic lifestyle of urban cities, can look to buy their own house here. Furthermore, it is a very safe country. As a matter of fact, it is the 7th safest island nation in the world. Number 8. Vietnam. Home to around 100 million people, including 180,000 foreign nationals, Vietnam is a promising land for expats and remote workers alike, thanks to its famous landscapes, friendly people, attractive job opportunities, and low cost of living. Setting up healthcare, banking, and other necessities is normally easy and fast here. Quality private healthcare is the norm, and prices aren't as exorbitant as they are in neighboring Southeast Asian states. The cost of living is very fair. Most locals easily reside under a monthly budget of just $1,000. However, for expats, a budget of $1,600 per month is more than enough. This includes groceries, eating out, utilities, and services. When it comes to accommodation, there's plenty of choice at all levels, be it freestanding houses or condominiums. Rent for a 2-bedroom apartment in its main cities of Hanoi and Da Nang is in the price bracket of $400 to $600. The safety index of the country is very high, with lack of major crimes even in its big cities. But be aware, petty theft like pickpocketing is still prevalent, and traffic in its major cities is a nuisance. Number 7. Hungary. A landlocked country at the crossroads of Europe, Hungary is the perfect mix of Eastern and Western cultures. Blessed with diverse topography, the country boasts beautiful lush hills, sweeping plains, and green river valleys. Its capital, Budapest, known as the Pearl of the Danube, is one of the most populous cities in Europe. Boasting some truly gorgeous architecture and great gastronomy around every corner, it's an ideal setting for anyone seeking to thrive in a busy environment. However, its overall cost of living varies greatly throughout the country, with its capital being the most expensive. But as whole, one can reside quite easily under a monthly budget of around $1,500. Residing for long-term in Hungary typically involves obtaining its D visa, or the white card, which is mostly availed by digital nomads. It lasts for up to 1 year and can be extended for 1 additional year. To qualify, applicant must showcase monthly income of around $2,000 with a bank statement of last 6 months. Moreover, its crime rates are very low. Even in its main city of Budapest, the most common types of crime that rarely occur are petty theft, pickpocketing, and tourist scams. Number 6. Panama. This small country has risen in popularity among expats for many different reasons, including its inexpensive cost of living, the tax benefits, and its great healthcare system. Obtaining a permanent residence permit in Panama is very simple, and one can easily be granted immigration status as soon as the application is made. All it takes is being able to prove that you have a monthly income, pension, or a retirement payment granted for life, no matter the age, for a minimum amount of $2,000 per month. Compared to other South and Central American countries, Panama is relatively safe, and the living cost barely exceeds $1,600 a month. Number 5. Albania. Situated in southeastern Europe on the Balkan Peninsula, Albania is blessed with pristine Adriatic and Ionian coastlines and the imposing Albanian Alps. Although it is not necessarily a very appealing hotspot for expats, but those who have moved to Albania speak positively of the gorgeous beaches, sunny weather, and most importantly, its low cost of living. A single person can easily reside in any of its major cities under a monthly budget of $1,200 to $1,600. The country also features beautiful azure waters, pristine beaches, a pleasant year-round weather, and lots of activities that keeps one hooked throughout the stay. Moreover, citizens from most countries, including Australia, USA, Canada, and the European Union, can enter Albania as a tourist for up to 90 days. Lastly, the process of its digital nomad visa application is also quite easy, with the only requirements being a proof of sufficient funds to live comfortably and proof of a health insurance. In terms of safety, there are little to no cases of crime against foreign nationals, pickpocketing is practically non-existent, and so is other petty crime. On top of this, the Albanians always welcome international folks with great hospitality, which can become a little overwhelming at times. Number 4. Grenada. Celebrated for its lush tropical landscapes, pristine beaches, and vibrant culture, Grenada is a small island nation located in the southeastern Caribbean Sea, comprising the island of Grenada itself and several smaller islands. Its stunning setting attracts visitors and remote workers, while its rich history, including colonial influences and the indigenous Carib population, adds depth to its appeal. Beyond tourism, Grenada's economy thrives on agriculture, particularly its spice exports, and it has made strides in education and healthcare. Grenada's beauty, combined with its warm hospitality and diverse attractions, makes it a gem in the Caribbean. Furthermore, it is one of the safest islands in the Lesser Antilles, and its cost of living is very fair even with the high rate of imported goods. Most locals live quite easily for under $1,000 a month, but for those who want to avail everything and live lavishly, should expect to spend over $1,500 per month. Number 3. Cambodia. Out of all the prominent Southeast Asian countries, Cambodia is by far the cheapest to live in. Most of the people who have lived or visited here agree that Cambodia is a safe place to be. In fact, many people say that its capital city of Phnom Penh is much safer than the likes of Bangkok and Manila. The cost of living is also very low. A single person can live in comfort for $1,200 per month, while a couple could spend as little as $2,000. On the downside, Cambodia is still relatively undeveloped, so services like healthcare are not considered to be as advanced as in some of its neighbors. while on the contrary, the country still caters to more than 100,000 foreigners, so blending in with one of the local international communities is quite easy in Cambodia. Overall, many expats and retirees move to Cambodia to enjoy the laid-back tropical lifestyle, while others relocate for professional reasons or to set up their own businesses. Number 2. Bulgaria. As one of the most affordable countries in the European Union with the lowest income in the bloc, Bulgaria encompasses 230 miles of picturesque Black Sea coastline and breathtaking mountain ranges. Median cost of living in Bulgaria is pretty low overall, be it in the countryside, by the seaside, and even in the capital city, Sofia. In addition, it is a fairly developed country with all the modern-day services and amenities at arm's length. As in any country, crime does exist in Bulgaria. However, violent crimes are rare. Only petty crimes like theft and tourist scamming is common. The government of country has also introduced different tax reliefs to attract foreign investors. As a matter of fact, foreigners can even establish a company here to obtain permanent residency status. So living long-term albeit for expats, retirees, or digital nomads is straightforward and easy. All in all, it is by far the best cheapest country to live in Europe. Number 1. Argentina. The second largest country in South America and the 8th largest country in the world, Argentina might be facing a high rate of inflation and political instability right now, but overall, it is still one of the most developed countries in this continent. Additionally, the country provides a special tax benefits and incentives to those who bring superior currencies like euro, dollars, and pounds from their native countries. Apart from the economical prospects, Argentina offers a diverse and vibrant landscape, from regions enriched with culture to a wide variety of small, quaint beach towns and larger, more lively cities like Buenos Aires. Furthermore, Argentina presents no particular threat to foreigners, and travelers should not be discouraged from traveling throughout the country. However, there are still periodic outbreaks of social unrest and demonstrations. But apart from that, there are no major gang violence or high crime rates like the neighboring Brazil and Chile. The living costs vary throughout, with the capital being the most expensive part of the nation. Overall, the exchange rates in Argentina are very favorable, and the median monthly living cost is way under $1,500.